Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be looking at a very broken brawler inside of the meta right now, so don't want to ruin it just yet. But if you was watching some competitive yesterday, you might have guessed what this video is about. So before we get into today's video, make sure you're using a create code in the shop. It'll be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into the most broken brawler. Alright guys, so jumping into what I believe probably is, I would say, top 5 at least in this meta. One of the most broken brawlers in the game right now, Ash. So you guys have been begging me to make a video on Ash on my live streams and just in the comment sections and whatever else. But I believe Ash is one of the most slept on brawlers, one of the most underrated brawlers in the game right now. So if you guys have been keeping up competitive, as I said, I already played Case Cup last night. I'll be going to a few of them games right now. This is actually a scrim, our first scrim back after like a week. We took like a week break just to feel a lot more refreshed. But Ash right now, I believe, is insane, especially on the close range maps. So the key to Ash, I believe, is having a healer in the composition. I don't think Ash is like completely broken on its own. It's decent on its own, but I think where it comes the strongest is with a healer. So the main reason for this, I'll say it off the get-go, is because of the rage. So normally with the rage, like, you have to take damage to get that rage meter up. You get obviously additional damage, well, you get additional damage every attack. I think it's like 2.2k, something around that, and you get that speed boost. But the problem is, normally without a healer, you're gonna be really weak. See the Tom, he's like 1k HP, but with a Poco, with a Byron on your team, you can just heal him back to full and he'll keep that rage as well. So he's just like an unkillable machine with a healer in his composition. You'll see some more examples later in the video. Definitely stick towards the end, because just so many like weird compositions with Ash in. It's just basically unbeatable. I can't really think of a counter right now. Again, I've got like a bunch of scrims this week and even more tournaments to play in, so we'll have a little bit of a mess around. But only really just discovering, like, literally the other day, well, literally yesterday really, how broken he is. And literally, like, everyone was agreeing, like, every pro player was like, wow, this brawler is being slept on. It's kind of a really strong brawler in the meta. So playing triple dribble right now, facing off against like Spike, Surge, Rico, this should in theory be like an easy matchup for these guys, especially considering that they have a Spike and a Surge. Like, they can do really well against a Buzz and an Ash. But like, see here, we're kind of getting pinned back. We're just like, I think they're going to score here. And I think, if I remember back, we actually only won this game in OT because one of them lagged out, fully enough. So not completely like the best game to show, but it was one of the only few games we really tried him out in scrims, because in scrims we knew he was kind of okay, but we didn't realize he was that broken until we played some competitive and watched other teams play. But yeah, they're literally using a triple counter. We probably would have been able to win that game if we just cycled deaths a lot easier. But there, Spike likes out. I think he probably would have got caught out anyways. And looks like Dre just able to slot it in there. So that's going to be the first game to scrum right there. Let's move on to some competitive gameplay now. Alright guys, so jumping into some competitive gameplay now, up against SK Gaming in the Case Cup. So as I said, in scrims we really didn't even realize how strong Ash was, but they brought out Ash first game on Hard Rock Mine. We were bit of a mess around. We had our analyst Vivo face off against their coach Pedro in the first set, just because like both teams are basically already qualified. And I think like both, like, I wasn't playing in that game and Skyrex wasn't playing. But anyway, going into triple dribble, we can see this how good this composition is. You saw us try it out in the scrim beforehand, and it just overwhelmed the other team. And just like that, we're just literally able to just walk through and just showing how strong Ash and Buzz and Poco are in the same composition. So that's our first game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right guys, so going into the second game of Brawl, I forgot to mention the bans. The bans were, I believe, Mortis, Stu, Amber, and Brock. So yeah, you can just see it doesn't matter what bans are in play. I feel like Ash is going to be the most dominant brawler. Both teams opting to use their Ash again, just showing how strong it is. You just know when both teams have this brawler on the same composition every single time, it's so strong. I know it's not me playing Ash. Normally I'm playing the more supportive brawler, but yeah, you just know how strong it is. Drage able to grapple on to Jet in there. He's able to get the kills. So I'm trying to think of like really good counters to Ash. I was kind of thinking in my head like Primo could be a decent counter, maybe like a Tara or an Ems. But you got to realize again with Ash actually has some really decent range. The only bad thing about him is his attack delay, but he has really decent range, and especially when you have speed, you got to remember that increases your range as well. So it's just a crazy mechanic brawler, and I feel like Ash just, I don't know, I think it's a bit early to say it really, because there might be some counters to it, and after like a week or so with him and playing the scrims, we might see like really decent counters to him. But just off watching him, just feeling how he plays in competitive, I've got the feeling he's pretty broken and probably deserving of a nerf already. I think the main problem with him is the speed boost. I feel like he don't really need the speed boost, or if he gets a speed boost, he doesn't need that additional damage. I think having both of those factors together is a little bit too strong in my opinion. Let me know how, I know it's again early days to kind of call it, how you'd actually look at nerfing Ash if he continues on to be as strong as he is. So but I think I made a little bit of a mistake here, a bit overextending, probably should just came back. So obviously I'll go down there. Scarrix has got the Rage here, he's at 3.6k HP, and also with Ash you could just pop a gadget out of nowhere and just heal up. I think it's like 2.5k HP. I feel like that's a bit too much considering I think like Sprout's gadget, it only heals I think 2k now, or even like 1.5k when you enter a bush, and that's only when you enter a bush as well. So Ash can literally just pop it anywhere. He has 6.7k HP. I think that's a little bit too much HP to heal up. So you can see here, unfortunately, we do get caught out with the ball. I feel like if Tom would have gone closer towards the ball, we probably would have had a better job and probably would have won that game, because I was really close to super and we were all collapsing on the enemy team. So I think that was just really bad ball control. But you can just see there that the speed with Ash just being able to get away from me. I weren't able to get the kill. Well, we weren't able to actually collect the kill in time. So that's the second game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys. So heading into the final game of Brawl. So currently 1-1 in this set. We're actually 1-0 down in the series overall just because of that first kind of mess around set. So you can just see both teams just opting with the Poco, Buzz, Ash. Both teams just thinking that there just isn't really a strong enough counter to this. I felt like the only counter maybe, like in my head, what I was saying in VC is probably like an Ems, Tara. I don't even know what the other brawler could have been. Again, I still feel like I'd probably be overwhelmed with so many buzz stuns. Like Ash literally would be able to just run through your composition. So Tom going on to Jetanet. I remember calling out in VC, the reason why kind of they won the last game was that Scar was just absolutely melting the Poco. There's like no chance I stand against Ash. Ash has 6.7k HP. He does 2k per shot, and he can just heal upon just impacts. It's just crazy. You just see Scarrix just running through us right there. Such a strong brawler in the meta. I was kind of surprised. Like literally, in my opinion, a few days ago, as I said on Ash, were that he was a bit underwhelming. Didn't really feel fun to play, and I think that's a big factor that I think Ark actually mentioned on stream whilst casting, is that Ash doesn't feel fun to play, right? When you're playing this brawler, it doesn't feel satisfying, and when you're not having fun with a brawler, it might really like impact your opinion on whether it's strong or not. But for this brawler, for sure, it's really strong. So we'll show this Brawl game right here, probably show like one of the next set games, and then look off ending the video, just because I think you guys can tell already how strong he is. So they kind of just catches off guard there. Nice little team wipe from them. They're able to get it in. So yeah, Queso Cup's just like a really good refresher, especially it's just good practice considering you're up against like some of the best teams in the world. It's not really important in terms of like cash prize or really like our end goal. Our end goal really is to get worlds, so anything giving us some practice to get some good placing towards worlds, it'll be all right. So I think here we have a little bit of a mess up. Probably could have passed the ball to myself a little bit cleaner there. We're just able to score on 56 HP. That was kind of insane. Again, probably a little bit of a mess up there, but we do eventually end up scoring. So here we see a crazy interaction. I remember after the game thinking it was a glitch, but after reconsidering it, it's obviously not a glitch. But that was just an insane interaction. Like if Drage actually gets that stun, well, I don't even know like how that interaction changes properly, but you're gonna have to let me down in the comment section below, because I'm still a little bit confused by it, because obviously he was stunned, but he got his grapple off in time, and obviously it like led him away from it. It was just like a crazy interaction, but I guess that's just how the mechanics in Brawl Stars work. But they're able to take home the Brawl game right there. Let's jump into one final game. All right, guys, so jumping into the final game of Bounty then. So just again, this is going to be the last game of the video, so make sure you're smashing the like button if you want to see more content like this. Obviously, I'll be doing like a tier list pretty soon, and I feel like I'll have an even stronger understanding of the meta. That's why I've kind of delayed it a little bit now after discovering like how strong Ash is, and just kind of getting back to scrims. Don't really want to do like an inaccurate tier list. I was going to consider like doing it like today or tomorrow, but again, like Ash has just completely changed my tier list. I really didn't think it was this strong. I was going to place him somewhere around like 30. I didn't really think it was great at all, but I'm going to have to reconsider right here. So you can see both teams going for aggro competition. They're going with Poco and Byron. So what that tells me from their draft is that Ash is just completely broken. He needs 2 healers to just completely dominate. That's how strong they think Ash is, right? 2 healers in the composition to just heal up Ash and just win lane. It's kind of crazy. So unfortunately, we kind of get found out here. So always the key with Canal Grande, you want to be sticking to one lane. Dre should just get a stun. Maybe he should have just dashed out. Don't think he was ever going to get the kill there, but yeah, they've got 2 healers on the back of Ash, which I just find hilarious. I don't think there's really ever been a time, well, it's not been a time for a long time, I think, since even like Primo. I don't even think Primo had like double healer in the composition to just constantly heal him up. I think maybe when he was upon the first buff a few months ago, but yeah, just that double healing. Look at that Skyrix. He's got 7 stars on his head. Just absolutely insane how strong this brawler is. I just can't get over how slept on he is. Like, it's just crazy to even think about. So 20 seconds left here. We got him in the left corner. So Drage misses a stun one, but he can just pop Gadget. Looking to try and take down Semantic, takes him down. So only down 5 stars here. So Tom gets a really quick kill on him. Look how quickly Ash versus Ash gets melted down there. So Tom goes in here. Obviously, I think because they were playing late at night, makes that mistake because he could easily gone back and we would have won that game. But yeah, you can just see it in the gameplay overall, just how strong Ash is. Even if we're losing, I don't really mind showing it as losing because it's just a learning curve for getting used to how strong this brawler is. But yeah, you can see both Skyrix and Tom having a brawler under 500 trophies. Probably both not thinking before today that Ash was this good, but obviously he's really, really strong. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of Ash in the comment section below. I would go ahead and say easily right now, top 5 brawler with a Byron or a Poco in the composition, and you'll just be able to wreck people. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.